Yo, what's going on, guys? Coconut here, back at it with another banger video, and in today's video, it's XXL season, baby. And I don't quite have my rankings for this year's class finalized, but I'm still going to be milking XXL because they get me more views than most topics on this platform. Um, in today's video, I'm going to be going through every single class and choosing the best member. Let me know down below if you want me to choose the worst member in a later video. I'm happy to do that. Originally I was going to be ranking every member or ranking all the classes or something, but I don't think I can do that. I think that would drive me crazy. But yeah, we're back at it this summer. I'm gone for my sabbatical. I'm gone for my extended hiatus, my indefinite leave. Don't know how often I'll be posting, but subscribe to find out. Right. Leave a like on the video. 3 likes and I'll do my least favourite member of each class. But positive video today, we start with 2007, where our freshmen are Saigon, Plies, Rich Boy, Gorilla Zoe, Joel Ortiz, Lupe Fiasco, Lil Boosie, Crooked One, Papoose, and Young Dro. I'll be entirely real, this isn't a great start. Let me know if you want me to rank all the classes, but I know this one wouldn't be ranking highly. There's really only one option for me here. Like I guess Young Dro has some bangers, and so does Plies, but like outside of Lupe Fiasco, I would build like name a song on here. Outside of Lupe Fiasco, Plies, and Young Dro, so I guess I'll go Lupe. Shout out Lupe. Let's hope we get a little better as we go along. 2009, I do think we are getting a little, like, I've got some more options here. We've got Wale, Mr. Flat Earth, Charles Hamilton, Mr. I Love College. What's he doing here? I forgot he was on the list. Corey Guns, Blue, Mickey Facts, Ace Hood, Currency, and Kid Cudi. I do have some options here. Blue, obviously a very beloved rapper who I need to listen to more of because I've loved everything I've heard. Ace Hood, I think, is pretty underrated. He's got some hype songs. Currency, one of the greatest mixtape catalogs of all time. But realistically, it's another one where it does have 1-star member. And yeah, I know Kid Cudi's the boring pick, but he's the boring pick for a reason. We're going Kid Cudi. Next up, we got J. Cole, Pill, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, Wiz Khalifa, OJ the Juice Man, J-Rock, Fashawn, and Donis. I think this is where we're starting to maybe pick up a little bit. I do have some stacked options here. Get the obvious ones out the way. Fashawn, Donis, OJ the Juice Man. I'm sorry, you guys aren't winning. I don't really know you guys. I'm very, very sorry. Big Sean realistically fell off after making Dance Ass Remix. No, I'm playing. Big Sean, I think, has had an interesting trajectory in his career. I don't think he's one of the best here, though. Wiz Khalifa, same kind of story. Wiz Khalifa, obviously a legend. But who's Pill? Actually, I don't know who that is. I think a lot of people would go Cole or Nipsey. I'm personally gonna have to go with Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, Freddie Gibbs just like easily like one of the best rappers that there is. Like everyone always talks about best rapper alive. Oh, it's Pusha T. Oh, it's Drake. Oh, it's Kendrick. But Freddie Gibbs has consistently been there this whole time. I gotta go with my man. Next up, we got 2011, which I think is actually another quite stacked year. We got Meek Mill, Big Crit, Sci-Hi the Prince, Lil Twist, Yellow Wolf, Fred the Godson, Mac Miller, rest in peace, YG, Lil B, Kendrick Lamar, and Diggy Simmons. I believe, is this the first class to have more than 10 members? 3, 4, 5, 6. yeah, this is the first class to have more than 10 members, so not exactly fair to the other classes. But right, let's just run through them. Fred the Godson, Lil Twist, Diggy Simmons. I'm not really super familiar with, so they're not winning. Yellow Wolf, no fucking way. Sci-Hi the Prince, not feeling it. But that leaves Meek Mill, Big Crit, Mac Miller, YG, Lil B, and Kendrick Lamar, who I think all 6 of them have a case, to be honest with you. I'm gonna rule out Meek Mill right now. I'm sorry. Like, obviously there's some bangers in the old stuff, but recently, like, the crypto exclusive album and everything that he dropped, like, no thanks. YG, I think obviously a lot of people talk about him falling off, although I think he's back on a little bit. He's been dropping some bangers recently and has some classic albums under his belt, but he's not winning for me. Big Crit, Mac Miller, YG, Big Crit, Mac Miller, Lil B, and Kendrick Lamar. Sorry, I do think it is where it gets a bit harder. You know, rest in peace, of course, Mac Miller. We want to talk about trajectories of Big Sean. Like, Mac Miller's trajectory is insane. Even if I do think a lot of his like college rap stuff as well, I like Best Day Ever. I think that's a really good mixtape. But you've obviously got albums later on like The Divine Feminine and Swimming that are just, they're insane that he made those. Um, I don't think I can give the win to him though. I'm sorry. Big Crit, Lil B, or Kendrick Lamar, man. I know a lot of people will have looked at this list and immediately said Kendrick, but I don't think it's as easy as that. You know, Lil B, I think, is one of the most important rappers of all time, and Big Crit, just, there's so many songs in there. Like, no, there's select few rappers who can get me as hype as like Big Crit does. You know, and obviously like Jeezy and things aren't options here. Um. I am gonna have to go with my first hot take. I think I'm gonna go Lil B over Kendrick Lamar and over Big Crit. Let me know what you think, though. That's no disrespect to Kendrick. That's no disrespect to Kendrick, but I'm sorry. He's not like, Kendrick is not my savior, and Lil B's the based god. You know, it's not a fair, it's not a fair matchup. We move into 2012 where this one, what the hell? This one's looking a little stinky, I'll be real, already. We got Future, Kid Ink, Danny Brown, French Montana, Macklemore, Don Shrimp, Machine Gun Kelly, Hobson, Iggy Azalea, and Roscoe Dash. Why are there so many white people on this list, man? Like, I know, but oh my days. Realistically, the only real options here are Future or Danny Brown. I do think French Montana is overhated, but he's not in a conversation with Future and Danny Brown. That's 2 of my favorite rappers ever. I'm spoiled for choice on the worst rappers list. I genuinely, there's like 5 people I could go on here for the worst rappers list. Danny Brown, obviously revolutionary, made so much interesting music over the years. See, I don't think Future has a 10, and I do think Danny Brown has a 10. But at the same time, Danny Brown doesn't have Evil, DS2, Monster, High Off Life, all these albums stacked up on each other. Like, I do think I'm gonna have to give it to Future. I do. I'm really sorry. Like, I love Danny Brown. I do love Danny Brown, but it really depends on the day. Like, these are 2 people who I still constantly listen to. to this day. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Future today. Maybe if I recorded this video tomorrow, it would have been Danny Brown, but I don't know. 2013 is an interesting class. I think it's one of the most like wild selections of people we've had so far. We've got Schoolboy Q, Trinidad James, Joey Badass, Absol, Logic, Action Bronson, Kurt Cobain, Travis Scott, Dizzy Wright, Angel Hayes, and Chief Keef. This one is quite strong. Like, off the bat, this one is quite strong. I'm gonna have a hard time picking, like, the worst member of this class. Also, I've just realised, I'm pretty sure the bolded ones are the 10 spot winners. Who voted Iggy Azalea? Like, voted Iggy Azalea for 2012. I'm gonna rule out Kurt Cobain's, Dizzy Wright, Angel Hayes, and Trinidad James off the bat, I think. I do think a lot of people count Trinidad James out, though. People need to stop hating on Trinidad James. All Gold Everything is, like, genuinely one of the best songs of all time. But then after that, he is the definition of a one-hit wonder. Schoolboy Q's a legend. Absol's a legend. I'm gonna piss off New York right now and rule out Joey Badass as well. Realistically, there's an era of this dude's career where he's not even a rapper because he's so busy like acting and stuff. And outside of those like first couple projects, I don't think he's really recaptured that since. Like, obviously there's great songs as you go further on in his career. You know, I think All American Badass or whatever it's called, like, that album has some great tracks on it. And I think, like, Survivor's Guilt that he put out a couple of years back now, I think that song's fantastic. But, you know, he's not one of the best here. And then I'm going to rule out Action Bronson. Just because it's a catalogue that I'm not super familiar with. You know, I understand the appeal of Action Bronson, and that appeal does appeal to me. You're going to see a lot of rappers later on that are influenced by this guy that I quite like. But it's not a discography I've spent a lot of time with. I've still got to listen to this dude's latest album. I know a lot of people like it. This video can get 4 likes. I'll give a reaction to the new Action Bronson. Reaction Bronson. I might do it for no likes and just call it Reaction Bronson, to be honest with you. He's gotten too far. Like, he's gotten too far. Like, I'm partial to this guy's music, but I think a lot of people would clown me if I let Logic go any further than this. I like Logic, though. Like, I know I was bashing on the 2012 list for some of the corny inclusions, but I think Logic getting lumped in with people like NF and Hobson is disrespectful. Like, you know, there is the side of his music where it's like fast rap, rappity rap. I'm more lyrical schmirical than any of you, but like, there's also the side of his music where he's dropping just such great songs. Like, you got Under Pressure, you got No Pressure. I think both those albums are fantastic. Vinyl Days. That's another album that I think a lot of people glossed over, but I quite like Vinyl Days. There's obviously like the weird Fantano track and stuff on there, but I do like Vinyl Days. I think College Park is an interesting record. I think his most recent album, Ultra 85, I quite like that. Yeah, Logic's overhated, honestly. Logic's overhated. I'm not going Travis Scott. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's one of my more, like, unpopular opinions, and I might do, like, a hot takes video where I go more into this, but genuinely, what has this man done since Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight? Like, I think Astroworld is so overrated. Like, You've got Stargazing, you've got Houston Fornication, you've got Stop Trying to Be God, you've got R.I.P. Screw. That I think are songs that are on the level of what he was dropping previously. And then the rest of the album, it's like, it's pretty good. But it's nowhere near Rodeo. It's nowhere even near Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. And this dude, like, I think he lost a lot of my grace with Utopia, because that album is made. I don't know. And every feature he's dropped since that record has been made, and the Chat Boys 2 album was disappointing. Like, I don't mean to hate on Travis Scott. I love Rodeo. I've actually got a stack of CDs in front of me, and wow, wow, like, I do love Rodeo. I'm not a Travis Scott hater. I'm a former fan. And before you start where you separate the art from the artist and things, like, I don't, like, what happened at Astrofest doesn't make his music worse. It's the fact that his music got worse. Right. So that leaves Schoolboy Q, Absol, and Chief Keef. I'm ruling out Absol. I'm sorry. And yeah, Chief Keef. I dragged that. I dragged that class out, but I'll be real. Chief Keef was my winner from as soon as I read those people out. 2014 is another insane list of people. We've got Chance the Rapper, Rich Homie Quan, Isaiah Rashad, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Durk, Kevin Gates, Troy Ave, Vic Mensa, John Connor, Lil Bibby, Jaron Benton, and August Alsina. Well, the entire, like, bottom two lines of that, we can rule them out. Wait, I swear Rich Homie Quan, did he not pass away? Rest in peace. He's got bangers. I'm ruling out Ty Dolla $ign, like, one of the greatest XXL freestyles of all time, but, you know. Nah. I like to get my, like, I don't know. I think another one, honestly, where his recent music kind of ruins it a little bit. Like, he used to be the man on features. Like, I remember being excited for this dude's features, and now he's just kind of the guy that carries AIA on some of the Vulture songs. Like, I don't know. Lil Durk, like, yeah, Kevin Gates, whatever. I do probably go Isaiah Rashad. It's not really a fair matchup with anyone there. I do think 2014 is a weaker one. Which, speaking of weaker ones, holy shit. We go into 2015, we've got Fetty Wap, Dej Loaf, Ferrari, Kid Kid, OG Mako, who I also think is dead, rest in peace. Shy Glizzy, K Camp, Vince Staples, Tink, and Goldlink. Just, I don't even think this list has, like, the worst rappers on it, but I think 2015 might be the biggest example of shovelware of any of these classes. Like, half these dudes, like, it's just like 6 out of 10 rappers all over. Like, you've got people like K Camp and Shy Glizzy on here that are just, like, definition of okay. Goldlink, I think, had a lot of like buzz, and he's almost a bit of a what could have been for me. His obviously fell off, but he was dropping some really interesting stuff when he first blew up. And I still think he had, like, an amazing voice and things. Fetty Wap has some classic songs. I want you to be mine again, baby. Like, I do respect Fetty Wap, but I do think, like, Vince Staples is the only option here. 2016, we're getting a bit of a palate cleanser here, thankfully. We've got Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, Denzel Curry, G Herbo, Dave East, Lil Dicky, Anderson .Paak, Designer, and 21 Savage. I don't even need to list that group of people out to you. You know it off by heart if you're interested in XXL at all. I don't know if it's the best list. I would have to like look more into that. If I ever do that video. But I think there's such a high percentage like of amazing rappers on here. I'm gonna do us all a favor and rule out Lil Dicky and Designer immediately. As with Davies, to be honest, and as with Kodak Black. I do think Kodak Black's more relevant than the other ones, but does not mean he's better than them. Which leaves Uzi, Yachty, Zal, Herbo, Pac, and Savage. I think 21 Savage has fallen off, I'll be real. He's not winning here. Anderson .Paak, see, he's such like a wild card on here, you know? Like, I really don't think he fits in with this class. Like, everyone talks about, like, Lil Dicky as the biggest imposter here, but I think Anderson .Paak was a little underrated as well as an imposter here. No disrespect to the guy, I love Anderson .Paak's music, but, like, I don't even really think of him much in, like, a hip-hop realm, you know? I think jazz and funk and all that kind of thing. So, I think he's such a wild card that I'm gonna, like, rule him out, because I can't really compare him to the other ones. Which leaves your top three, Uzi, Yachty, and Curry. A lot of people would make fun of me for Lil Yachty in, like, 2019, but the two waves, like, the two peaks that this dude has been on, because, like, that's the thing, like, when he first blew up and he was dropping, like, One Night and all those crazy songs, you know, like Minnesota and stuff, like, there was classics in that era. And then there was a dark phase, like, Teenage Emotions and like Lil Boat 2 and things like that, and Lil Boat 3 as well. I think he brought it back a little bit on Michigan Boy Boat, and then obviously everything he's done since Poland has been insane. I do think that like down season is gonna hamper his chances of winning here a little bit. So really we're going Uzi versus Denzel. Which, it's so hard to compare these guys because they're in completely different realms of hip-hop. I don't even know. I'll say it right now, I think Uzi has more classic songs than Denzel does, but I think Denzel has a way more consistent and better discography. So it really depends what you're looking for on here. I think Uzi's more influential. There's a lot more rappers try to sound like Uzi than there is like Denzel. But if a lot more rappers try to sound like Denzel, I wouldn't be complaining because I love how his music is. A lot of his albums mean a lot to me as well. Like, I remember growing up with Taboo and like Zoo and things. Because like that's the thing, like everyone like I don't want to get it twisted. Denzel, I'm not lumping in with like the lyrical schmerical dudes. Like he has absolute trap anthems, and most of the songs where he's like going hard lyrically are absolute bangers as well. I do think, can I give it to Denzel? Because like, that's the thing, Uzi's not got a bad discography either. Like there are duds in there for sure. You know, I look to like Eternal Take Two, and think that's pretty weak. But there is also like the Perfect Love Tape, Lil Uzi Vert versus the World, Love Is Rage 2. I think Eternal Take and Pink Tape are really underrated albums as well. Oh, it is. This one hurts. This one's like the Lil B versus Kendrick from earlier. I do think Lil B would beat both these guys though for me. Maybe Kendrick. Oh, but then Denzel, like, you've got fucking Taboo, Zoo, Melt My Eyes to Your Future, Imperial, King of the Mischievous South. Like, there's no misses there. Both these guys have metal collabs as well. And I probably like Knocked Loose more, and I like Bring Me the Horizon. So Sorry, I know I'm dragging this out. I'm gonna have to just... My mind's telling me, Uzi. I'm sorry, Denzel. I love you, though. I love you, Denzel. Purely parasocially. Okay, 2017. This one's also hard, but it's hard for a different reason. We've got Kamaya, A Boogie with the Hoodie, PNB Rock, rest in peace. Playboy Carti, Amini. I'm sorry, Amine. I'm sorry. Cap G, Kyle, Ugly God, Maiden Tayo, and XXX Tentacion. Like, ugh. A lot of people would immediately say Carti, um, but I've made my issues with Carti very clear. I love self-titled, and I love a lot of those early like Cash Carti SoundCloud hits as well. Um, but then you move on through the catalog. Dial It, I think, has some bangers, but is mostly boring. Whole Lot of Red is just... probably not ass album. I do think it did a lot for popularizing Rage, but it didn't even invent Rage, bro. Like, Rage was a thing before Whole Lot of Red, and I think Whole Lot of Red does it very, like, okayly. Like, I think there's Opium Member albums that do Rage better than Whole Lot of Red do. You know, I immediately look to X by Ken Carson, or No Stylist, or If Looks Could Kill by Destroy Lonely as better Rage albums. Um, X I'm ruling out right now as well. Like, it's a complicated one. It's a very complicated one. But I'll tell you right now, outside of that Trippie Red song where Trippie Red carries it, I don't think that there's like an X song I like. And that's as someone who has listened through his entire discography and his posthumous releases and everything. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling A Boogie. I'm not feeling Ugly God. I doubt I could name a Cap G song. I've listened to albums by Cap G and I couldn't name a Cap G song. I think Maiden Tayo is like okay. I think Kyle's okay. But realistically, the only name, the only two names that really jump out to me here are PNB Rock and Amine, and I'm gonna have to edge it to Amine, I think. Okay, 2018. I think this is the first class and the only class, as far as I'm aware, to have less than 10 people on it. Also, can we go back to 2017? I might do a video where I do like the biggest snub of every year. But this guy literally dropped a song called Freshman List. How is like Cap G? How is Ugly God? How is Kamaya? How has fucking any of these guys made the list before Nav in 2017? Like, fucking Nav was going crazy in 2017, bro. And Nav would have won that for me. I love Nav. 2018 though. This is another weak list. We've got... I don't know how you can choose less than 10 people and have such, like, so many misses. Like, you got Ski Mask the Slump God, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, JID, Stefflon Dom, Blobboy JB, YBN Namir, Wi-Fi's Funeral, and Trippie Red. Now, I do think that hindsight is unfair for this list, because at the time, these were all big names in 2018. And I think it was like Rich the Kid and like Lil Skies they were looking at for this list. I think if Rich the Kid hadn't turned it down, this list would be a bit better. Just because it would be full. But yeah, I'm gonna rule out Wi-Fi's Funeral. It's just not my kind of thing. I'm also gonna rule out Stefflon Don. I'm also gonna rule out Bloodboy JB. I'm gonna rule out YBN Namir. Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, are you serious? Like, I'll give Smoke Perp that he has got some good songs, like, early on in the catalogue. And, like, I think there's up until like Florida Jit, honestly, there's like a couple good songs on each album. Whereas Lil Pump doesn't really have that. Lil Pump's got Gucci Gang, that's a good song. Like, I quite like his song Rio de Young OG, which came out like 2023, 2024. I like that song. But realistically, the only people that you're looking at here are Ski Mask, JID, and Trippie Redd. Which I think the answer's pretty obvious of them. For most people, but I'm probably going Ski Mask the Slump God over JID, to be honest with you. Of the two fast rap guys that were on quite an underrated cipher, I think. I don't know. I like Ski Mask. 2019, we're looking a bit better, which is insane. I remember when this list came out, people absolutely flamed it, and I swear half of them didn't even do freestyles and everything. But I think that this list, in hindsight, compared to like 2018, 2017, 2015, like this one's bringing it back a little bit. We've got Comethazine, Tierra Whack, DaBaby, Lil Mosey, Roddy Ricch, Corday, YK Osiris, Rico Nasty, Gunna, Blueface, and Megan Thee Stallion. Again, we've got more than 10, which is insane considering the year before didn't have 10, and some of these guys were already popping in 2018. That's the thing. I feel like Gunna could have honestly made the list in 2017 as well. Like, if you take that 2017 class and trade out, like, Cap G and Ugly God for Nav and Gunna, I think it does, like, actually do it the world of good. Because, like, Gunna, I swear he was, like, on Jeffrey in 2016. You had, like, a couple albums out by then as well. Like, I don't know how he wasn't on the 2017 class. Like, Gunna, they were late to the party. What something on the dash, like I'm Cardi. See, that's the thing. BLP Kosher could have been on the 2007 list. No, I'm playing. Okay, 2019. Oh, baby girl. Oh, sorry, YK Osiris is not winning here. And neither's fucking Blueface. How's he winning 10th place? I'm gonna have to go back and check who was on that 2019 vote, because how the fuck did Blueface win it? So, yeah, no thank you. DaBaby, again, I'm just not feeling it. Comethazine, I think Comethazine, what he's doing now has a whole lot of potential. But, like, his older stuff, it's whatever. I think a lot of people would really like Lil Mosey very early. I'll be real, Lil Mosey had some fucking tunes back in the day. And I think Lil Mosey's kind of on the comeback, you know. Obviously, he had some allegations that, like, hampered him and things, but I think, as far as I'm aware, they got, like, proven wrong. So I'm rooting for him to come back, because there were some bangers back in the day, and I know a lot of people will say that's corny. Like, a lot of people will say, like, Noticed, or, like, Blueberry Faygo. A lot of people would also say that a lot of his songs sound the same. I don't think he's the best here, but I do think that he's probably a little overrated just because of his Cypher performance, which was terrible, but still. And then after that, you get, like, a lot of, like, one album wonders that I'm gonna rule out. Like, realistically, Roddy Ricch, I think Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial is a fantastic album, and I think some of his, like, Feed the Street stuff is really good. But then, like, Live Life Fast, like, Feed the Streets, was it 3 or something? They're just not great. And he's been teasing this same fucking The Navy album since the end of 2024. And it's still not out. Like, well, I'm not feeling it. I think Corday's an interesting one. I'll be real, I haven't heard The Crossroads. But I really liked The Lost Boy when it came out, even if I think some of the songs are quite corny now. Like, I think, honestly, the Corday stuff where he's, like, making fun of trap music, I think's the weaker stuff on there. I like when he's singing, or like the Anderson .Paak track. That's a lot of fun. Or the Chance the Rapper track. I think that's a lot of fun too. But I do think something like Have Mercy is like really corny. This one's stumping me a little bit. I think Megan's interesting. I think Megan's not really a massive albums artist. I think Traumazine's a pretty good album. Um, and honestly, that like Something for the Hotties album where she's like mostly just dropping like a load of freestyles and things. That album's quite good. But nah, I'm not feeling her winning. Um, Gunna, like I love Gunna. Like Gunna's 2010s run, and honestly, up until Wanna, because I think Wanna's really good, I wouldn't change a thing. Especially that run of like Drip Season 3, Drip or Drown 2, and then Wanna, and then the Wanna Deluxe. I think that is unmatched on this list. Like, it's so good. But since DS Forever, he's just been on a downward spiral of actually slipping into what everyone, like, what all the haters say about him. Like, One of One, The Last One, DS Forever all sound the same to me. And the only reason that Blessing and a Curse stands out is because of like a couple songs that I like. But realistically, outside of like Rodeo Drive and like Bread and Butter, I don't listen to anything off that album now. Rico Nasty, again, like she's another one that I don't even really think of much in the rap space. You know, because like when I think of Rico Nasty, I think of like iPhone, which is like a hyperpop song, or I think of her like electronic dance album. She's also another one like Action Bronson who I do need to listen to more of, I think. Which leaves one name that I've barely discussed, and yeah, I do think Tierra Whack's a fair winner here. Genuinely, I know she barely drops, although that's seeming to change recently. She's been dropping quite a bit recently. But I do think Whack World's the best album on this list. And then I think Worldwide Whack's the second best album on this list. And I think Wax Museum that she's just dropped is really good. I honestly I enjoy like the pop rap R&B trilogy. I like that as well. Yeah, I'm going Tierra Whack. 2020. Now I know Pop Smoke was meant to be on this list. Rest in peace. But we'll look at the members that are currently on it. We'll go Polo G, Chica, Annalie Choppa, Jack Harlow, Lil Keed, who also, rest in peace, of course. Lil TJ, 5 Year Foreign, Cowboy, Rod Wave, Baby Keem, 24K Golden, and Latto. I think this is one of the first classes where I've got like strong opinions on everybody. Because like you go back in the day, and I'm not gonna lie, like Cap G, I don't know what his music sounds like. I mean, like Tank, I couldn't name a song. Rory, like, but 2020, like, I actually like have strong opinions on all these people. It's just unfortunate that my strong opinions on the vast majority of these people is like not great to mid to alright. That clan, I'm gonna lump Cowboy in like a 3-hit wonder, whatever. I think Polo G's mid. I think Annalie Choppa's mid. I think Lil TJ's mid. 5 Year Foreign's mid. Latto's mid. Chica, I was quite interested in what she was doing, but she genuinely just hasn't dropped anything as far as I'm aware. Jack Harlow, I'm not like I didn't mention him in the mid category because I've got him way below it. I'm not taking Jack Harlow here. I think Rod Wave's interesting, I guess. 24K Golden, I think, had some bangers when he first blew up, but like realistically, I'm not going with them. I do think the only real answers that I could give here would be Lil Keed or Baby Keem, who Lil Keed I think is a massive what if, whereas Baby Keem we are actually seeing where he was gonna go, and I think that where he's gonna go is very interesting. So I'm gonna go with Baby Keem. 2021. Now this was the first list I did a video on, but that video is long deleted, long lost media. This list is kind of insane. Like, unhinged selection of people on here. We've got 42 Doug, Flo Milli, Moray, Pooh Shiesty, Lakia, Coileray, 2C, Blast, DDG, Ruby Rose, and Ian Dior. It is just like actually like insane. Like, I don't even know how to talk about this list. Like, no two people on this list sound similar. Get it out of the way. Did Ruby Rose even make music? I'm not choosing her. Again, DDG for similar reasons to Ruby Rose. Like, I know technically DDG's a musician, but I struggle to think of him as one. So we'll rule those two out. I want to know what's going on with Moray and Lakia, because they're two names that like I was very excited about, and I just feel like I haven't heard from them. Because I think Moray had so much potential, and he was like one of the biggest names on this class when this list dropped. But then I don't think I've heard about him since 2021. I don't think I've heard about Lakia since 2021 either. And I was quite excited to see what she would do as well, because she's got some bangers on that like 2021 album. I think 42 Dog's another one that honestly could have been on the list years before. Like, I think 42 Dog could have been on 2020, and debatably there's a case for 2019. Flo Milli I think's interesting. 2C I'm not a big fan, I'll be real. Ian Dior I'm not into that at all. Coileray I think is very overrated, but again, you know, like, I think realistically of this class, you're looking at 42 Dog, Pooh Shiesty, 42 Dog, Pooh Shiesty, and Blast. Because 2C's another one. Like, I've listened to like 3 albums by this dude, and I don't know a song by him. I think Blast is a very smooth rapper, genuinely like borders between R&B at certain points. And there is quite a few Blast songs that I do like. I think 42 Doug has some bangers. I think realistically though, Pooh Shiesty stands out very clear above this list, and I'm glad he's free now and dropping bangers again, because FDO is insane. I think that genuinely, I know it's recency bias, but I think that might go down as one of the best first day out songs of all time. I know it was like first month out, but still, it's in the name. And that new Glorilla track I quite like as well. We move on to 2022, where we've got Nardo Wick, Sofago, Babyface Ray, Big Scar, rest in peace, Big 30, Cali, Ken the Man, Cochise, Casey, Dochi, Saucy Santana, and Babytron. Is this the first class to have 12 people on it? I didn't count the 2019 class. I think this might be the first to have 12 people on it, which seems to be a constant now. They love having like 12 people on the class. This one's kind of insane, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna start off. Who is Cali? Who is Ken the Man? Who is Saucy Santana? Like, who are these people? KC, I think, is another one. Like, was dropping really exciting stuff at the time. Like, I remember a lot of people like telling me like Casey was like the next Weekend. pretty much. And now, like, I don't know a thing he's done since, like, 2023. Doechii, I think people like Aiden Ross are way more corny, but, like, I don't enjoy Doechii's music. Not even from, like, a misogynist perspective, where it's like, oh, I fucking hate Doechii, yeah. But I just, it's not for me. So Fago, that's like a one-hit wonder right there. I think Babyface Ree's got some good songs. I think Nardo Wick's got some good songs. I think Big Scar and Big 30, they're both pretty good. Realistically, we're looking at Cochise versus Babytron, and I think Cochise is a more consistent album discography, but Babytron's got more songs. I'll go Babytron. 2023. Now, I think I've spoke about the 2023 class on this channel. I've definitely spoke about 2024 and 2025. I'm not going to choose the best rapper from 2026, by the way, because that's going to be coming in the rankings video for the list. But 2023, this class is terrible. To be honest with you, this class is fucking awful. Finesse 2 times, Lola Brooke, Rob49, Friday, Glorilla, 2 Rare, Sleazy World Go, Central C, Real Boston Richie, La Tyler, Tia Corinne, and DC the Dawn. First off, for a class that came out 3 years ago, what is Finesse 2 times doing nowadays? What is Lola Brooke doing nowadays? What is Sleazy World Go doing nowadays? What is 2 Rare doing nowadays? Rob49, I like Glorilla. Friday, we've not heard from him in a long time, but he was a guy that I found quite interesting to begin with. 2 Rare, I will go to bat and say that 2 Rare's got some good songs early on in his catalogue. Before he got brain rotted by Jersey Club. But no, I'm not feeling it. Even if all you've heard from 2 Rare, well, if more accurately, all you've seen from 2 Rares is insane dance moves. Please listen to Waikiki. That song's so good. Please listen to Grubhub. That song's insane. But I'm not going with them. Sleazy World Go. Again, just another one who I've heard full albums by and I couldn't name a song. Real Boston Richie, same story. La Tyler. Like, I actually can't stand his music. Central C, I can't stand. Fucking DC the Dawn is another one who could have been on the list years prior. Like, I think DC the Dawn could have been on, like, the 2021 class, because realistically, since 2023, I don't know what this dude's done. Actually, he did the fucking I ain't no hollaback girl. Boom, 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 down, boom. I like that song. Outside of that, I'm not really feeling it, though. Which realistically leaves this as Glorilla. Like, a fucking cakewalk for her. I think Tia Corinne's interesting as well, actually, but no. It's Glorilla. 2024, I think, is a little better, which is insane, because at the time I remember hating this class. We've got Big X the Plug, who is another one who I swear, like, I view more as a personality than a rapper. That Mexican OT, I like his music a lot. Lay Banks, outside of that fucking Ick song, I don't know a song by her. Bossman D-Lo, Rich Miri, Scarlet, Huncho, 4 Bats, Maya the Dawn, and Cash Cobain, and Skilla Baby. I'm going Bossman D-Lo pretty clearly. Like, realistically, who else are you gonna go with? Like, Cash Cobain, there's some songs I like. 4 Bats, there's some songs I like. Scarlet, I think I've heard like 2 songs by. Huncho, I don't like. Maya the Dawn, I wouldn't be able to name a song. Rich Amiri, I liked him before he, like, found his sound. Because see, once he found his sound and became, like, a Yeet clone, I lost interest. But back when he was, like, hopping on tracks with, like, Lil Tecca and stuff in, like, 2023, 2022, I liked that. He was making, like, very melodic music. I liked that. But nah. Mexican OT and Big X the Plug, like, they've got bangers, but no. I'm going Bossman D-Lo. And finally, 2025. Now, I didn't end up ranking this class, because of one member who really pissed me off. I was going to be doing so many videos about this class. I remember being really excited to do videos about this class. Let's just run through them. We've got Ray Vaughan, Baby Chief Do It, Ian Triplin, 1900 Rugrats, Marcin, Ian Gallo, Low Shimmy, Laserdisc 700, YTB Fat, Nino Paid, and EBK Jabo. EBK Jabo I'm going to rule out because, again, he's in prison. Like, I haven't heard much about him. I'm going to rule out Gallo because outside of Tweaker I couldn't name a song. I'm going to rule out YTB Fat. I've not heard much. I'm going to rule out Low Shimmy. I don't like his music. I'm going to rule out Ian. Grand Slam is a guilty pleasure, and I do like his freestyle, but there is still very, like, a weird racist undertone to Ian and his success. But the person who ruined the fun, I've not mentioned them yet, is Baby Chief Do It. I was so excited to see this dude blowing up because you heard me earlier, I love Chief Keef, I love Chicago Drill, and then this dude came out and fucking was like, oh, I put a few bars in and get AI to write my song. Fuck that shit, dude. You're corny. I'm not counting you. So realistically, we're looking at Ray Vaughan, Ian Triplin, 1900 Rugrat, Samara Sin, and Laserdisc 700, and Nino Paid. Ray Vaughan, I think, is very exciting. I think his album last year was pretty good. They tend to always have like one more lyrical, more sort of old heady option, and he's very much that pick here. I think Ian Triplin has bangers, but also could have been on the list in like 2023. 1900 Rugrat is one that really surprised me. Because when I saw 1900 Rugrat, I'm not gonna lie, I thought similar things to what I thought when I saw Ian. But since I've actually gone and listened to this dude, I fucking love this guy's music. And it doesn't feel like Culture Vulture shit either. Like, you know, his music feels a lot more real than someone like Ian or Lil Mabu. And it's hard as fuck. Like, that fucking, like, Dad Cracker song he's got with the LP Coaster, like, and if money come from trees and I'm the Lorex, the fans still getting fed if I go fed. Like, oh, I love that song. Fireman, actually a really fire mixtape. Like, we really got 1900 Rugrat dropping Fireman before Kendrick Lamar, and Fireman, honestly, there's Kendrick albums that's better than, like, I'd take Fireman over Damn. I'd take Fireman over Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, honestly. But yeah, I like 1900 Rugrat. Samara Sin is not someone I've heard much by, but I do think she's very exciting because, you know me, I love anyone that can bring like R&B, rap, and like soul and put them all together, and I think she does that very well. But then again, I haven't heard much. Laserdisc 700, so many bangers. Again, he has the issue where he drops an album like every month. So I've not heard like half of what this guy's put out, but I've heard heaps of what this guy's put out. And there's so many good songs in there. You know, you got like Mario Coins, Lace to Max, Asian Rock. A lot of great features as well, like Lion's Den with Babytron. I think that track's really underrated. Like the songs of Denzel Curry. Yeah, shout out Laserdisc 700. But call me Kai Cenat. I'm going, my favourite member of this list is Nino Paid. I think Nino Paid is truly something special. I fucking love this guy's music. It's just, a lot of rappers, like, it's always like, we're blending realness with trap, and it just means that they're on, like, boring piano beats. This dude's not on that. This guy's got some of the best production right now, and he's got some of the best writing right now. I think his album last year was fantastic. Yeah. I'm not going with anyone other than Nino Paid. I do think Lil B beats all these people though. Bass golf for life. Fuck up out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.